Hello, it is 9 p.m. in RTD. It's time to English New Edition for tonight headlines. We have the President of the Republic receives the CEO of the Chinese Foundation GX. For the international scene, 60 migrants die in a shipwreck near the Italian coast. Welcome to our newsroom. The President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Omar Guelleh, has received at the Palace of the Republic a high-level Chinese delegation led by the CEO of the GX Foundation. GX Foundation is a Chinese non-profit charitable organization established in Hong Kong, which provides international medical assistance as well as humanitarian assistance of public health in different countries. This foundation aims through its program for the strategic period 2019-2024 to eliminate the disease blindness caused by cataract, the control of vector-borne disease. On the menu of the discussion is between the head of state and the CEO of GX Foundation, Shan Ying-yong, the state of cooperation relations between Djibouti and the company GX in terms of medical assistance training of specialists in cataract disease. In an intervention, the CEO of the GX Foundation, Mr. Ying-yong.
GX Foundation is a Hong Kong registered Chinese nationwide charity. We're an NGO. We rely on private donations as a source of our funding. At this stage of our development, we specialize in cataract blindness elimination projects, and Djibouti is the first country in which we have launched this project. As this distinguished from other similar projects conducted by other very meaningful NGOs from other countries. We're most thankful to the Minister himself and his ministry colleagues for providing us with the necessary collaboration and assistance for our medical personnel to be here, for our two mobile eye treatment centers, which are huge vehicles to be here, and also for the necessary supplies to be here in time for the official launch this morning. Well, Djibouti has been a long-standing friend of China, and we very much treasure the relationship between the two countries, and we'll do whatever we can to foster friendship. And as far as GX Foundation is concerned, we believe that helping the local people here by recovering their eyesight. Cataract blindness, by the way, is a reversible. We hope that on the personal level, on the family level, and also on the work level, people will have a higher quality of life.
For his part, the Minister of Health, Dr. Ahmed Robli Abdillah, said that has indicated the importance of conducting a large medical campaign in rural areas to treat people who suffer from cataract disease. This campaign will conduct a surgical operation through a mobile e-treatment center, and teams of qualified professionals. This project are designated in partnership with the Ministry of Health to achieve the elimination of this disease. The launch of the first project to eliminate cataract blindness under the high patronage of the sponsorship of Prime Minister Abdelkader Kamel Mohammed today at the Hotel Escale. The surgical program dedicated to the population of Djibouti suffering from visual blindness due to cataract was launched also in conjunction with the Chinese New Year. Genie in the daily or professional activities leads to consider a surgical treatment to restore the ease, its transparency, and correct the vision. In addition to the Prime Minister, the Minister of Health, and many members of government came to attend this colorful ceremony. The Minister of Foreign Affairs, spokesman of the government, Minister of Budget, the Minister of Youth, and the Minister of Decentralization, and official civil and military delegations, governmental. In the Chinese side, beside the ambassador, Mr. Hu Bin, the CEO of the non-governmental organization ophthalmologists and officials representing the governmental and non-governmental Chinese authority. During this opening speech, the Chinese ambassador recalled the the privileged ties between Djibouti and China that have been strengthened over time. Prime Minister Abdulkadir Kamil Mohammed has indicated that a partnership protocol has been signed between the Djiboutian Ministry of Health and a Chinese non-profit humanitarian organization JX Foundation to provide ophthalmic care to the Djiboutian population, especially those living in the peripheries from 2023-2025. It is planned 7 operations for Djiboutians in order to eliminate blindness due to cataract. To recall, the cataract is an opacification of the lens of slow evolution leading to a progressive decline in vision. Peltier General Hospital receives a donation of medical equipment from the American Foundation for Relief and Community Development in Africa as part of the fruitful cooperation between the Ministry of Health and the American Foundation for Relief and Community Development in Africa. The General Hospital, one of the most important health institutions in Djibouti, received a donation of medical equipment and supplies from the foundation, estimated at about 1,235,000 $4,000. The reception ceremony took place at the Peltier Hospital in the presence of the foundation's regional director, Mohammed Hassan Abdallah, the general directors of the hospital, Mr. Zakaria Aulad Ahmed, Dr. Saeed Aulad Aden, the technical director of this reference medical building, as well as the technical advisor of the Minister of Health, Abu Bakr Hosh. It should be noted that this equipment is composed of 394 units of equipment and medical devices and came in 2 containers of 40 feet. These important donations will undoubtedly contribute to meeting the needs of health structures and increase the operational efficiency of health centers spread in villages and rural areas. The Ministry of Women and Family, Muna Usman Aden, chaired this morning, Sunday, February 26, 2023, at the People's Palace, a presentation workshop on the evaluations of the National Gender Policy 2011 to 2021. The 10 years concentrated of Djibouti's objectives in terms of gender promotion is in line with the choice of the Vision 2035 of the head of state. The main objectives of this workshop was to highlight the impact of the PNG on the improvement of the status of women and to take stock by measuring the progress made toward gender equality and the advancement of women. This workshop was attended by the representative of UNDP, Ima Guan Ano, UNFPA in Djibouti, Aisha Ibrahim Jama, and Secretary General of the Ministry of Women and Family, Anissa Hassan Bahdon, and the Director of Women and Family and the gender focal point of the ministries and institutions concerned. For her part, the Minister of Women and Family, Muna Usman Aden, said that the main objective of this workshop was to highlight the impact of the PNG on the improvement of the status of women and to take stock by measuring the progress made toward gender equality and the advancement of women. The region of Tajora is preparing for a big event with the inauguration tomorrow of a new hotel infrastructure named Gadile Resort Hotel, whose promoters is Mr. Burhan Mohammed Ali Gadile, after the inaugurations of Gadile Palm Village, which changed the appearance of the city with about 13 villas of great standing built at the edge. Gadile Resort Hotel will have a more pronounced impact on the white city of Tajora, which widens toward the mythical place of Sheikh Mohammed in the east. The main characteristic of Gadile Resort Hotel is a 4-star hotel built on the edge of the sea and built on the seafront with 60 rooms overlooking at the Gulf of Tajura. Gadile Resort Hotel has an air-conditioned restaurant with a capacity of 1880 seats and an outdoor terrace. But also a pool bar, a conference room with a capacity of 250 people, and with all the equipment it can be used as a party room and others. The hotel has a private marina and many other leisure and entertainment facilities to enhance the stay of the visitors. The hotel has 3 pools and three swimming pool, adult, children, and especially a pool reserved exclusively for women. The hotel has a spa and massage, gym, cinema room, children's playroom, and 2 tennis courts, 18-hole mini golf courses. Other assets of the hotel: the very well-equipped water park in an unparalleled assets for the entertainment of young and old. As part of his working visit to Qatar, the Minister of Trade and Tourism, His Excellency Mohammed Warsama Diriye, accompanied by the Ambassador of Djibouti to Qatar, Dayib Dubad Roble, met with His Excellency Akbar Al-Bakr, Chairman of Qatar Tourism and CEO of Qatar Airways Group, this afternoon, February 26, 2023, at the headquarters of the airline Qatar Airways. During this meeting, the two officials discussed the excellent relations existing between the two countries and the ways and means to strengthen the cooperation in the field of tourism, hotel business, and air transport. The Kempinski Palace Djibouti has hosted this morning the ceremony of awarding certificate to beneficiaries associations of microfinance programs of the Global Environment Facility. This ceremony was attended by the Secretary General, was presided by the Secretary General of the Ministry of Environment and Sustainable Development, Mr. Dean Abdallah Umar, and the representative of the UNDP, Ms. Emma Ano, the President of ERICA, Amina Said, and beneficiaries of civil society organizations, NGOs, development association, community-based organizations. This program is part of the 6th and 7th operation phase, OP6 and OP7, the Global Environment Facility, small grants programs, one of the objectives of which is to train and coach 20 selected associations on fundamental themes such as community life and gender mainstreaming in development project, administrative financial management, monitoring and evaluations of a project, mobilizations of stakeholders, and communication at the level of the program. For his part, the Secretary General of the Ministry of Environment, Dean Abdallah Umar, said that the objective is of which is to train and coach 20 selected associations on fundamental themes such as community life and gender mainstreaming, development project, administrative, financial management, monitoring, evaluations of project, mobilization of stakeholders, and communication at the level of the program. As the Hajj season approaches, the Ministry of Muslim Affairs and Waqf announces the opening of the pre-registrations for the Hajj 2023 draw. According to the statement from the Ministry, these operations will take place in Djibouti City and in the interior regions to facilitate the participation of eligible citizens. The pre-registrations in Djibouti City will be done at the headquarters of the Directorate of Muslim Affairs near the Ministry of Foreign Affairs during the period from 1 to 12 March 2023, except on Fridays. As for the regions, pre-registrations will take place at the prefectural headquarters. The receptionist offices will be open from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Those interested must meet the following conditions: be of Djiboutian nationality, not to have performed the Hajj in the last year, have a valid Djiboutian passport for 1 year, provide a 2-color portrait photograph, a copy of an identity card, a certificate of residence from the municipality where he is registered. For further information, please contact the Directorate of Muslim Affairs at 21 35 0023. Yesterday, Sunday, February 26, in the morning, the students of ISCAE took advantage of part of took advantage of a part of the National Agency of State Information System, ANSI, conducted since then a national awareness program with the aim of promoting cultures of cybersecurity. This national awareness program, subscribed in the National Strategy of Cybersecurity, targets all segments of the population, especially those who are the most vulnerable, daily exposed to digital tools by often unaware of the risks involved in their practices. Children and adolescents are potential targets without being aware of it. They tend today to give an inordinate amount of trust to their virtual interlocutors and to deliver a large amount of information without considering that it can be exploited for bad purposes. As part of the celebrations of the third edition of the Festival of Reading, scheduled from 5 to 9 March 2023, the Working Committee organized this morning the meeting on the opening ceremony of the Festival of Reading. The meeting was chaired by Mohamed Mousayabe, Secretary General of UNESCO and Chairman of the Working Committee, and Ms. Ni'ma Hassan Ismail, Chairperson of the Design Committee. So the participation of the principals and directors of the school, namely the EABS ETFP Preschool, School of Excellence, Djibouti High School, Engela School, attended this meeting. The objective of the meeting is to present the activities to the head of the various institutions concerned during the Reading Week, scheduled from 5 to 9 March 2023. As a reminder, the 8 activities are on the program's Conference of Writers, ICT workshop, reading productions, reading of the labeled book, debate for high school students, poetry reading. For the international scene, some 60 migrants died Sunday when their boat sank in the Mediterranean near the Italian town of Crotone in Calabria South. A tragedy for the European Commission, which is calling for a greater effort to reform the rights of asylum. According to the Coast Guard, the boat broke up on rocks a few meters from the coast. Images from the Italian police showed wooden debris scattered along 100 meters of the beach, where many rescuers and survivors were waiting to be transferred to a reception center. The head of the European Commission, Ursula von der Leyen, called on Sunday for progress on the reforms of the right of asylums in the European Union after this tragedy. She said that we must redouble our efforts on the pact of migrations and asylums and on the actions planned for the central Mediterranean. Italian President Sergio Mattarella deplored the shipwreck in which dozens of people, including children, lost their lives. Gangs of crazy settlers attack a Palestinian town of Huwara. The Palestinian Red Crescent reported late Sunday the Israeli settlers attacked Huwara near Nablus, violently assaulting Palestinians while Israeli occupation forces prevented ambulances from reaching the scene. The injuries were inflicted as Israeli occupation forces provided protection to the settlers while they vandalized Palestinian property, including setting fires to cars and homes. Settlers set fires to Palestinian property in Huwara, burning several houses and cars so far. The Palestinian Authority condemned the terrorist act carried out by settlers under the protection of the occupation forces in Huwara, Biring, and Nablus. Israeli media reported early on Sunday that 2 settlers who were killed with an M16 rifle during a resistance operation near the town of Huwara in Nablus in the occupied West Bank. And to conclude this edition, Sport League 1, PSG wins 3-0 against Olympique Marseille. Thanks to Mbappé and Messi, Paris Saint-Germain took a brilliant revenge on Sunday, 26 February, in the Ligue 1 Classic by winning in Marseille 3-0, strongly shaken in the French Cup on February 8 2-1 loss. PSG made it clear early on the Olympians that it would not be the same game by scoring 2 goals by Kylian Mbappé and Lionel Messi, an infernal duo who returned the favor on the assists. The Argentine gave Mbappe his 2200th goal with PSG. This is it for the news. Thanks for watching us. Have a good evening.